silence it. Good morning. We're live.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Take it away.
I can't hear Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't hear Tim. Oops. All right, then. For a moment, then I'll take it away. Tim is going to be hosting today, but take it away. We can't hear him. Oh shit! And
I can't hear Tim.
Here goes my video. I'm monitoring that. Okay. Until Tim gets back, I'll take over. Welcome to this is episode 8, Gunpla Talk. We're here. Jim is not here. We're hosting this on my channel because Jim is not here. Tim, can we hear you now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
We can. All right,
very good. Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties, totally my fault. So, welcome to Gunpla Talk. I'm your host, Tim from ChildOfMecha.com, the one and only. Joined with my esteemed associates. First off the bat is my friend Zach from ZakuAurelius. Say hi, Zach.
Hello.
Excellent. The next person up is my good friend Simon, the gentleman of Gunpla, as Jim would love to say.
Hello.
Say hello to Simon.
Hello.
Awesome. And then we also have Justin from Justinius Builds, also known as Bustinius to some. We may see in the future. Say hello, Justin.
Hey.
Excellent. And then also we have an awesome guest with us today, and you probably know him. He's the one and the only Clay Gellar, admin from It's a Gundam group. Say hello, Clay.
What's up?
There he is. Good deal. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to go around the room and explain to everybody what we are currently working on. I'll start off the bat. Myself, I'm working on strep throat. Yes, I am sick right now with strep throat. My throat is killing me, but I'm here and I'm soldiering through. So that's what I'm working on right now. Aside from that sickness, I'm still working on the Hummingbird, but that's kind of been placed on hold. I am working on some upgrades to my studio that I will show pictures off at a later date once they're all done, and then we'll be back to work on the Hummingbird. So that's what I'm working on. Zach, what about you?
I was working on last night. I started painting my Master Grade Wing Zero Custom. I was just showing these guys. I don't really have too much to show because it's just a handful of pieces, just the inner frame and the red parts. So I was saying I really like the red that's coming out though, and I don't sure. I mean, it's gonna look better later when you guys can see it on like actual high quality video or photos. But I mixed scarlet red with the red, so it's really bright and like kind of fluorescent-y kind of colored. And then for the frame, I'm painting it. The gray is mixed with purple, so there's a little bit of purple on the frame. You can see that a little bit better, I think. So yeah, and then I think gonna use some like light purple under the white as well. But I don't know. My friend who I'm painting the kit for said he wants it in just the regular colors, but that's kind of boring. I don't really want to do that. So might make some more slight color changes. Also, though, I just wanted to show this just because I know you guys will like to see it. This is snapped, just for the moment. That's all.
So creepy.
Very creepy.
What are you talking about? It's just totally normal and cool, right?
It stares into your soul.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Like one of those porcelain dolls.
That's it.
Well, you gotta... Gunpla's freedom. You gotta mod the face to make it look however you want, right? But that's it for the moment. That kit was, I don't know, someone said like someone commented something about it, like one reason I asked why people think it's so creepy, and someone said like that people don't like it. A lot of people don't like it, like beginners, because it's not good for beginners. I could see that. Yeah, it's got some areas that would be difficult, or maybe people who are just trying to.
Is it that much different to a normal HG?
No, not really. But like, I don't know how to describe it. First of all, the skirt part, and the top of the head, that's the soft rubber for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I saw something about that. You gotta use that flexible acrylic paint to paint it.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll have to use something, I guess, or just never touch it. So like the yellow parts also don't really stick in there very well. Like the gap between the yellow parts and the skirt part look kind of bad. You can't really see it in a lot of like the promo images because I think they like don't want to show that off. But I had never noticed from the pictures I'd seen, but now that I have it, it's pretty annoying. And just a lot of seams, of course, like stuff. If people don't really have
high grade.
Yeah. If you want it to look like really, really nice, though, it'll be more work, I think, than a normal high grade.
But a creepy girl high grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Good stuff, Zach. Simon, what are you working on, buddy?
I'm still working on the MG Epion, which has been ongoing for at least, I don't know, 4 months on and off. But I have got to the stage where I'm starting to put on some decals, and you can kind of see how the paint scheme looks on these wings in a minute.
That color scheme is amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't normally do really dark colours, so it's kind of new territory for me, especially to create a nice contrast. So yeah, that's about 90% done. It just needs top coat, and I've got to do the sort of claw thing that comes out in a minute. Can't remember what that's called.
Heat rod.
The what?
Heat rod, I think, right?
Yeah.
The heat rod. That sounds like a euphemism. I've got also a Sugimori that I've just finished snapping up here. Which I can maybe get in camera. It's a lot bigger than what I expected it to be.
Yes.
And it's got some really nice sharp detail on it, which I'm quite pleased about. Very little.
Now that's a Kodo kit, right?
It is a Kodo kit, yeah, that's right. And it's not the one that has that crazy long gun. It's like the first edition version of it.
You can make the gun. It's easy.
I could make the gun. I think all you need is like a box section of some claw plate or something. That should do the trick. But yeah, I'm going to paint that up once I've finished the Epion and the what's it called? It's called the Kobold, which I'm still weathering up at the minute. Well, practicing my weathering. So yeah, that's all on my workbench in a minute.
Very nice, very nice. Well, just to let you know, I am partial to navy blue, so well done on the Epion. Very good stuff.
Thank you.
Simon, I want to ask about your decals on that. Are those Bandai decals or from someone else?
They're Samuel decal, but I actually had to get 2 sets done because the original set that I got had a bunch of grey decals on it, and they're kind of not going to work on this dark kit. So I had to get them all reprinted up in white. So
that's what I was going to ask about. If they were, because I know that sometimes the white can be kind of thin, so like against the dark, does it really look like bright white enough, or is it alright?
That was a concern I had as well. But actually, when I started doing it, actually I think it looks okay. It's quite nice and bold. How I can see it there. So yeah, I was pleased that it wasn't so thin, then it kind of gets washed out against the paint job.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it looks nice. I think the bright white against the 2 dark colors really pop, so I think you're in good shape.
Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. So,
excellent. Well, thank you, Simon. Mr. Justin, you had a package come recently to your new place, so where are we with everything?
I'm gonna build off with one of my teammates, and this is the only thing I've gotten to paint since I've been here. It's all hand brushed. It's the Frame to the Gray Sky. I've done some detailing and stuff on it. Not a lot, but just something. But I'm gonna start working on the armor probably tomorrow. It's a little dark to paint right now, so.
Very nice. Very nice. What scale is that?
This is 1/144.
A 144? That's kind of big for a 144, isn't it? Or at least it looked at in camera.
Well, I mean,
It's just not close.
It's pretty small. It's a little smaller than regular high grades.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I couldn't tell from the camera. So
You're
awesome, but you're getting it back into the swing of things, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's something to do.
Good deal. Good deal. Mr. Clay, what are you working on, sir?
Right now, I'm currently working on one of the TriStar Origins. Right now in Wisconsin, it's kind of too cold to be painting at all, so I'm just snap building it and just doing decals. I'm wondering if Justin's little decal tip is gonna work on the silvering of stickers, and I'm gonna try that on it. The whole slicing the stickers and using the softer, see if that works, and maybe just matte coat it later.
There you go. Well, that's excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, from there, let's go ahead. Let's move on to our next segment, Gunpla News with ZakuAurelius.
Well, last time we did the show was right after the expo, I believe, right? So that's when we had like all the news, and really hasn't been a whole lot since then. But we can just recap anything about that. I think last time we didn't really talk too much about the next RG, the Quants. Is anyone excited about that or no?
No.
I like the frame, so I might try it. I just built the MG, so I might just get it to compare it with.
We did.
I'm not excited, but maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised again.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not really too excited at the moment, but we'll see.
I wish they'd put like other 00 units out. There are more. I'm tired of building the same color kits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true too.
The Virtue.
Isn't the 10-year coming up though? So they may be saving those for then.
Yeah, but they're not gonna put 5 RGs out in a year.
All MGs and all that, probably.
Yeah, I
The
guess
same thing they did with Seed.
I think Bandai really doesn't. It seems like doesn't really pay that much attention to releasing things in accordance with the anniversary of the series. It may be one or two things that.
Well, I was thinking because of how Seed was. They got all those guys out.
That was one example, but other than that, it really doesn't happen all that often.
Nah. But how big Seed was, it's kind of also comparison on how big 00 was, so they might find it, a moneymaker.
We'll see. We'll have to see. We also saw now more images of the high-res Barbatos, which is interesting. It's the 1/100 scale was not quite a master grade, and this one they're still not calling it a master grade for some reason.
That's got a full inner frame. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I think it's because I guess you could use the same logic to argue that why isn't this an RG? It's 1/144 and it has a full frame, but it's not fully detailed like master grade frames normally are. Well,
Right.
up until recently anyway. Some of the newer master grades have kind of.
And also,
frames.
it might be how the high grades are. Is that the Barbatos and the Grays have the inner frame, but the rest of them really don't.
I've heard that because they used the frame as a selling point for a lot of them when they were promoting them, and then they just kind of stopped showing the frames.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hyakure and Hyakuri and Gushan and Manro, the other ones after the Gray's Kai have not had full inner frames. But they're they're more like side character. So I don't know. I'm guessing there was just not as much development put into those, and it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't think.
It doesn't bother me either. I think it essentially still counts as a master grade. They're 1/100. They have full frames. They're detailed. The 1/100 Barbatos is great. a lot better than I expected it to be, but you can't please people. It's just a sticker.
The high res though looks. I heard that interframe is going to be pre-assembled.
I've heard that too. That it's going to be kind of like a frame arms kit, which I think is a neat idea. But the idea that makes frame arms so great is that they're all cross-compatible and that you can kit bash them and stuff like that. I don't think like selling me a pre-assembled frame and letting me put parts on it counts as the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all the parts, all the armor parts look coated.
Yeah, a little bit. Especially like the yellow parts.
The yellow is like
and that blue.
The red is like metallic red. And the white, I can't really tell well from the pictures, but the white looks like gloss coated as well. So that's weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just maybe call that like the master grade Barbatos high res version or something like that, instead of just making it like a whole new line.
I mean, if you
Because it's probably an experimental thing, just like the 3.0 seems to have been. Like that came out how long ago? We haven't gotten a second one.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe they're trying to move away from master grade altogether.
That's a theory that I've had for a while now. Like they're just kind of like, it seems like all the master grades that come out are like either based on old master grades or they're Verkas.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at the latest release info for the latest master grade, the Freedom 2.0. It's just a rehash or an update or whatever you want to call it. So
yeah, slightly improved portions, new armor details, and then an old suit.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I don't know. That's the only other, like, after the V2, the Freedom 2.0 is the only other master grade that we know is coming out, I guess, at the moment. And then Origins. We know we're getting Origins MG, at least one next year.
At least that's one new MG.
Which Origins MG are we getting next year?
We don't know which one, but they just said that there will be Origins MG, NMG, or multiple MGs out
and
next
the
year.
Thunderbolts that are coming out.
Thunderbolt. Sorry, that's what I mean. Thunderbolt.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I would like an Origin gun tank master grade, please, because the normal one's great.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Thunderbolt. But yeah, again, those will probably be using the 2.0 frames of whatever kit it is.
I imagine.
So, yeah, who knows
All
when
right.
the master grade line is done.
We have anything else for government news there, Zach?
No, that's about it. We had the first 3 minutes. It's not Gunpla, it's Gundam related, but we had the first 3 minutes of Thunderbolt came online. You could watch that, but it's really not a whole lot more than what we saw in the trailer, really.
Right. A lot of jazz.
Looks awesome, I think. But no, that's pretty much it.
Cool, awesome. Well, thank you very much. All right, so next segment that we're going to talk about is the upcoming Gundam Builders World Cup, GBWC. So all the finalists are in place. Everyone's locked in, and they're probably traveling there now, or at least at some time this week. So let's start up and let's go kind of through these, and we'll take a look, give our thoughts on each one, and maybe make some predictions if we're feeling early. So Zach, you want to fire that up for us?
Yes, give me a moment here. Sorry. This one here. Screen share. Sorry guys, just know I've got to get used to this. Oh no, here it is. Okay, sorry. Almost couldn't find the screen share button. There we go.
And then set it to follow Zach.
Yes, presenting. Here we go. Alright.
All right.
You guys are seeing the whole thing? Oh, wait. Sorry! My bad. This is the one that I want. Okay. Okay, now you guys are just seeing that window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. We just need to go through the countries. This is just the first one, Thailand. I don't really understand this. This is separated into Junior A, Junior B, and then like Open A, Open B, I guess. Do you guys know why there's two A and B?
No idea.
I don't
Maybe
know.
there were 2 finalists from each region. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really understand
I
that.
thought it was just one junior category and one normal category goes through.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Maybe they have they fully decided yet?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe. Well, yeah, it says here. It says first place, like here, junior first, junior second, and junior third.
So,
And then it has a B category as well.
Maybe there's a younger category now. I guess that wouldn't make much sense.
Maybe. But then here for the Open as well, there's Open A and then Open B.
maybe
I saw
B,
that dumb
B
thing this
online?
morning.
Well, Open B, the winner was definitely
This
Win or Will Clay.
Win.
I forget.
It's when.
When. Okay. That right there is definitely the champion going to Japan. So all right, so let's talk about this one here for a quick minute. Personally, I think it's outstanding. I think it's very, very creative. Definitely nothing ever that I've seen before. The wood grain on the sculpture piece is really, really impressive. And I mean, it tells a story. It draws you in from the drawings on the ground to the tools and all of that. Even the figure stance and everything. I think it really, really encapsulates what a true art piece is supposed to be.
That's exactly my thoughts on that. Like, and you can also, like, if you look at every single detail, like at first you think it's just like Epion versus Wing, but it's not. And you just look at it deeper and deeper. You see all the different techniques he uses. Like there's like the smaller statues he has. On the bases he uses the marble technique, and it's beautiful. And then the wood grains, and then using the stamps. Yeah, and then he uses stamps to make those plaques. And it's just, it's ingenious, and it's so much different than what the others are. Like, the others are like the usual, like, clusters. Beautiful clusters, but still clusters. And this one, like Tim said, just tells a story.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of imagination behind this kind of thing, and I really, when I saw this thing, it blew me away. I'm glad he won. He definitely earned it.
Yeah, and I really like the title of it, Another Long Night. I think we can pretty much all relate to that feeling when it comes to modeling and artwork and all that.
If you want to see some of the other entries here, here's the second place. It's kind of ugly, to be honest.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think I like that.
Why is it called the 3? Oh, I guess it does use the 3.0. Okay, I couldn't see the elbow joint there.
And then this one.
It's neat looking.
It's impressive. It's large.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can tell like this whole like dragon head part is like just a bunch of like cut up plot plate or something basically.
Yeah.
Like, if it was done like with like tons more detail, of course it'd be more impressive, I guess. And the Open A, here's these. This one.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
There's a ton.
like there's like an RX doing the last shot, and then there's 2 Kit Bash things.
Is that a part of this diorama? That RX in the background?
It looks like it.
Yeah, it's.
Is it just in the background?
I don't think it's in the background. You can see it. It's connected to the base.
It's like standing on the base.
Yeah. And those like McDonald's color wires look very off-putting there too.
I can't
Yeah.
unsee now you said that.
And then this one,
I like the
I
weather.
kind of like that.
yeah, it's not bad. The pose just looks really goofy. Like, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it just took a hit or something like that, and it's like
Yeah.
falling back, like kind of grabbing.
Mm.
I think this just is not the best photograph of this kit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I also just realized that that's a high grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that before, but I just
Yeah, someone in the chat said that the Open B winners, or the B class winners, were the ones going to Japan. So I would assume that Junior B and Open B obviously are the ones that are going to represent.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense because the Australia one is Joshua Dura,
Dara.
and he was in he was in B, wasn't he?
We'll
I
see
don't
in a
know.
minute.
We'll get there.
If you want to see the junior category, so then if that's true, then here's the junior winner, Junior B.
Very cute.
That's pretty
I
cool.
like that too. I didn't see the third bear guy in the thumbnail. That's pretty cool.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting.
Call of Bear Guy.
Nice.
I like that white and orange Zaku though. That looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty
I
nice
just-
paint scheme for a Zaku right there.
Yeah.
I just noticed that that's like a medical unit, Zaku.
Yeah, it's like a rescue unit or something. I see the cross on the side.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. That's something we don't really often see.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
was actually modelled in an action base.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's quite clever.
Using the arm of the action base there.
Yeah.
And then this GM.
Wow. Got guns.
Lester.
Yeah. Again, not really the best pose. I think just like
Needs more DACA.
Yeah, just add some more guns and more missiles. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
yeah. I think just a more static pose maybe would have been a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's kind of a brick anyway, so putting it in an aerial pose just doesn't really work well, especially when you put more stuff on it.
Mm.
Cool. All right, so let's move on to the next country, shall we?
Next country, Singapore.
Singapore. These guys always come pretty strong, so
Open A.
should be good.
So
Yeah,
do we just
they-
want to just look mostly at the B groups then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, well, this one only has apparently. Okay, wait, it's out of order.
The purple, yeah, the B group was the definitely the winner.
Open A, Open B.
The
Okay.
purple one.
Mm.
Okay, here's the winner for Open class.
That's crazy. So basically,
I think Tim's audio just cut out again.
So we just lost him. Yeah.
Yeah, we lost him again.
It look. I was
I can see
noticing
him cussing.
these clear parts on the shoulder. I'm guessing he made those clear parts as well as these clear parts on the shoulder and on the top of the head.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
guessing.
do like how
Casting.
Yeah.
the extra detail added.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm not a big fan of the booster unit at the bottom. I think just without the legs and just having all the thrusters there and set in place of the legs looks
You can't.
good. Looks good for this kit, but
Yeah.
I just think this kit looks just batshit crazy, and I'm in love with it. I love the color combination. You know, I love the little bits and pieces and the contrasts of the metallic against the black and the purple. I think it's cool.
the little red accents are nice too.
Yeah,
on the front
They
screen.
definitely throw off a nice little pop.
Mm.
I guess trying to see if he just had two sets of arms. Because the back arms, I guess those are exactly the same. No, those are different arms. What are those back arms from?
I think those. I think the foreground arms are from the Sasabi for Ka.
Ah,
The
yeah.
background are the original.
Okay, yeah, that's
arms.
it.
I may be
Yeah.
mistaken, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mm. Yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
Not to my personal taste, but it's certainly impressive.
Yeah.
There's the second place. Creative use of the heat signals, whatever those are,
Yeah, from the
from the Sandrock. Yeah,
Mm.
they that works. I mean, for me.
No,
Looks
I
like
feel that
full.
the samurai thing's a bit overdone.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody does it every year, but
yeah.
it's
Yeah, I think if you're
it's
gonna
obviously
do
better.
the samurai motif, I think it definitely needs to be something different from what's been seen before. Because to Simon's point, it has been overdone. So if you're gonna do
Mm.
something, be different. So
It's always the red frame.
Always
yeah,
red.
Always.
Yeah.
And then third place, beautifully done kit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you know, for the GBWC, they seem to usually go for something more flashy,
Mm.
Yeah, he was
more than
trying to
just
do like added a bunch of detail and
yeah.
bulked it up, but he didn't really change the proportions too much or anything like that. So I think that might have worked against him.
Mm.
yeah.
It's very nice and detailed.
I think there's definitely some added details. You can see some
Yeah. Especially on the
Kodo
skirts.
parts. Yeah, and then like on the shoulders, you can see some of
Yeah.
those Kodo parts and stuff like that. On the shin, it looks like there might be some, but I mean, yeah, to Zach's point, it's a beautifully done kit. Um, Aside from a beautifully done kit, what is there? I think with the first two, you can kind of see where that next level of creativity comes into place because talking with Xavier from Bluefin, it comes down to the paint and the presentation, and then the creativity is kind of the X factor, if you will. And I think the creativity really won it out for the Nemesis, the purple one. So, but yeah, to this Zabi's point, this is Zabi's credit, it's a beautiful, beautiful kit.
I like that it's like actually in like a impressive looking action pose. This is a kit we don't normally often see that much in like an action pose,
Definitely.
other than
Yeah.
like, just the walking out of the hangar carrying his briefcase gun off to work.
My favorite Sazabi that I've seen was last year. There was the one done in the ground type color scheme, smashing the two GMs through the buildings.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Definitely.
That thing is phenomenal.
I saw that in person. It was amazing. Very, very cool.
I think he's entered something this year too.
Well, we'll see if it was a finalist. I don't know. I'm sure you're right. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Here's Philippines.
All right, let's see what we have for the Philippines here. So Junior A.
Junior A.
Is there a Junior B?
Yep. Here we go. Junior B. So this would be the winner for the junior category.
That's neat.
Yeah, for kids, that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like the Mark III is the base.
Yeah.
But they heavily modified this thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it kind of blows your mind because they're like supposed to be like under 15, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So like
Is very impressive.
that amount of skill coming out of that, it's just they're gonna be champions when they grow up.
Absolutely.
And trying to see what some of those parts are, especially on that gun. It's kind of hard to tell, eh?
The gun, honestly, I'm kind of feeling a heavy arms shield or something maybe in there. Or I may be wrong. I may be totally off, but
they don't really look familiar to me either. It looks like it could be Kodo parts based on some of the plug joints you see on the sides inside.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's a very good point.
But it also sort of looks like a heavy arm shield, like Tim said. The shoulders look like they could be armored core pieces.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They may be Buster though.
Yeah, it could
That's a
be
good point,
busted
too.
parts.
The base of the gun kind of looks like the main kind of center part, and a couple parts kind of look like it's from the Amazing Red Warrior. Just that main center part with the plug, because those Amazing Red Warrior guns have all the plugs on them as well.
I didn't think about that either. A lot of the Meijin kits had those multi-part guns where you could take them apart and reconfigure them.
But that kit was just fairly recently released, just a few months ago. So I don't know when he completed this if he would have had time to use any parts from that. But it's not a lot. It looks like just maybe a couple parts. Okay. Here's second place.
Second place for juniors, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's an interesting little piece, yeah.
Yeah, it's imaginative. I don't know about.
I'm a little bit confused by it.
I don't know
very
what's going on. Yeah.
Do we know the title of the piece?
Yeah. If I go out here, the title is Social Responsibility.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe the trash might represent pollution. There's obviously some plants going on. Okay, so I can kind of get it.
Political message.
I just noticed that the Sandrock has a celestial being sticker on its foot on the side of the ankle armor there.
Whoops.
That's the ultimate crime you could commit.
Yeah.
No.
And in third place, this one I think honestly is better than the second place. It seems at least it's a little bit more coherent.
I like builds like this.
Nice subject, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen there's like a mini one I've seen of an RG Zog like holding up a bridge.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I really like builds like this.
Yeah. Where it looks like the Gundam's like actually serving some practical use.
Yes. Rather than
Yeah.
than just being like some war machine.
Yeah.
Right.
Rescuing some kids.
Now,
Somebody should make a turn A Gundam using its hands as a clothesline.
I don't know if I've ever seen a diorama of that.
Me either. That'd be so awesome.
Surely someone's done that, surely.
I'm sure
They
somebody
gotta-
has, but I've never seen it.
All right, Justin, get on it. Let's go.
Yo, clothes.
Well, I have never built a turn A, and I kind of want to.
Here's North
here we go.
America.
All right. So this is the one that's pretty much near and dear to most of our hearts.
Oh yeah, both the top two in America. I can't remember what the third place was, but the top two are amazing. That Jesta is great.
Well,
That's
let's talk
crazy
about them in order here. So we've got the mixed quaddle from Kevin Zhang, K-Dash. I've seen this thing in person, and it is so impressive. It really is. I mean, it's extremely, extremely clean. The details are nice and crisp. The modifications are seamless, and it's a well-deserved winner. Well-deserved.
His work is always super clean and just really inspiring to look at.
Yeah. I'm iffy on it. I'm not big on the cluster kind, so it's for me.
It's definitely to
enough.
a certain taste, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
I
very
think
impressive.
I think the main thing that Kevin won out as, obviously the paint was beautiful. The mix of colors. I mean, the suit itself is that white, that cream, with the bits of red detail, but then obviously the weapons are overly red with a darker detail, and that contrast really sets everything apart very nicely. So I think that definitely wins. But I think the biggest thing for this kid is the creativity. Creativity is just, leaps and bounds beyond, the rest of the pack, unfortunately.
It's one of those cases where a lot of the parts that are kit bashed, a lot of them are easily recognizable parts as to what they're from, but it doesn't stick out like that in a bad way.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't leap out straight away, does it?
Because he uses parts in ways that most people wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you've got
Like a leg piece
for
those
arms.
leg pieces where the beginning of the arms are, and then other pieces that make the claws. It's all just, it's not like, hey, this part has a claw, so I'm going to put it on the back of this kit. So I have a claw. He made the claw out of other pieces.
Right. Yeah.
Now, one thing I think might be worth noting, though, is that Kevin has since added a base and added other details, like he added some cloth detail and some effect details and things like that. So I almost wonder if how that's going to be judged in Japan and GBWC if he takes all that stuff.
Are you allowed to do that?
It's against the rules, yeah. I mean, they get really mad when you modify the kit from what its original state was when it was originally won the regional or the country championships.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I don't imagine he'd put the cloak on it, because I know when he took pictures, the cloak, he didn't have the backpack on it. I think that was just kind of like a placeholder thing to just to take pictures and stuff.
Gotcha.
But as for the base, I can see how that could affect scoring if he used that.
Now, mind you, the base and everything is just absolutely beautiful. The base lights up. There's an Incan Aztec motif on it, and it's just gorgeous. So hopefully he leaves that stuff at home and just takes the originally judged kit. And I hope he places really high, to be honest.
I would like to see that as well.
Definitely. Here's
cool.
the
Let's take a look at that Justa.
That is pretty.
It's so pretty. I think it's the high grade too.
Yeah.
No, wait, never mind. It's master grade. It's master grade.
The only thing I don't like is these two sort of shoulder wing parts.
What are you talking about, Simon? That's the best
These
part.
bits, nah.
On the top of the shoulder?
I'm not feeling that. Yeah. I don't know. To me, just kind of.
It gives me that frame arms vibe, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's kind of frame arms, yeah.
I mean, he obviously used a lot of frame arms parts, but it just basically turned the Justa into a frame arms kit.
I like the frame arms kit. I don't like this kit, and I'll tell you why. I personally respect just a sprinkle of realism in the kits, and this, for me, looks like it'll trip right over itself with all this crap on
I could see that. I could see that.
Now, mind you, if this was...
It'd be decent in space.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was just getting ready to say, if this was a space-based
it's just floating around completely static.
Yeah. It's like, why even have legs then in that case? But then again, you have to suspend disbelief and all of that. We're arguing over a fictional property here, but I'm just not feeling it. There's a little bit too much going on for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just me.
More so than the first place winner?
There's an artistic beauty to Kevin's kit that just is not taking place for me in this Justa.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Kevin's kit is better in all respects than the Justa.
It's a different kind of, this one looks like it's supposed to be more realistic, whereas the first place is just it's
mythical.
more clearly a different kind of feeling. Totally right.
Right. And I think there's a more intelligent, and not to say that the modeler was unintelligent, but I think there's a more intelligent way of kit bashing on Kevin's kit than there was on the Justa. I think the Mixoquaddle, it just ties everything together so seamlessly that you can imagine that taking place and being represented in a Gundam franchise somewhere, or in a
Another thing about it is that all his scribing work and his detail work comes together and makes sense. And a lot of people that do a lot of scribing and stuff like that, they scribe decent lines and they use the 3 lines rule and they follow all the rules they're supposed to, but they do it in weird ways where it doesn't look like it makes sense.
Right. Absolutely. But let me make this clear. I'm not saying that the Justa model is bad. It's just not my particular tastes. So it won second place for a reason, and for that alone should be respected. So please don't mix my words.
Do you guys know where this is from?
Canada.
Canada? Okay.
Yeah, that was which I didn't know Canada had a GBWC, but now I know.
No, it's North America. So this was an online entry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I meant. I didn't know that Canada was included and all that. So now.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Canada, and I think I may be wrong, but I think Mexico is included as well.
The flag. I was wondering that too, but just because the flag is not included here at the top,
Oh, interesting. I didn't notice that, so
I didn't either.
I'm probably wrong.
I think maybe Mexico is not included.
Gotcha. Which is a shame because there's some awesome Mexican modelers out there, and they should be included, just like the UK should be included too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Only
Simon's
fighting the good fight.
One day, Simon, we'll see you in GBWC, brother.
One day.
All right.
Very old.
So next we have one of my friends, Mike Wine, who is part of those Gundam guys. If you're not familiar with them, check out their Facebook page, definitely. This piece is called Officer Down. I was also very lucky enough to see this in person, too. And again, spectacular piece. The level of detail in this thing is really just outstanding. There are little itty-bitty photo etched shopping carts in the alleys and things like that. There's a crushed Dodge Viper, I think, on the other side of this diorama, and there are trash bags down where the dumpsters are, and it's just an amazing piece. It really, really is impressive. The level of detail is outstanding. So he did a really, really great job with this piece that has LED details, and it's just a work of art.
It had a sound going for it, didn't it? No, that was a different one?
No, I don't think it has any sort of sound details.
But not that I've heard of. I watched a lot of whips on this, or I saw a lot of whips posted in groups and stuff, and I really like this thing a lot as well.
Yeah.
Just the amount of little bricks blows me away.
All the rubble and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty often we see dioramas where there's not enough of that little stuff in there that would be there.
See, I think that helps, or hurts people too. Is you can say the same thing about a single weathered kit. Is it's easy to just kind of do some chipping and then dry brush some edges and stuff like that and call it a day. But you're kind of only going halfway. And he went way more than halfway. He did everything. And it really makes it feel like this, instead of just being some random place, was something that people lived in.
Yeah, he got a lot of these pieces from train sets and things. So,
I have a couple of them. They're quite nice.
Yeah. So just to answer some of the questions and comments from the chat, are they off scale? Yes, a little bit, but when you're looking at it in person, you really don't notice it that much.
It's 1 to 150 instead of 1 to 144. It's very minuscule.
Right.
I just took a couple photos of them. There they are.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yep, that was Anime Expo. The photo previous was New York Comic Con, which I was at and met everybody there, so that was fun.
Next is Taiwan.
Here we go. Here's some artistic pieces here.
Let's look at his Open A. So these aren't the winners, but if you want to see these quickly.
No, I'm not exactly sure which kit actually won the overall for Taiwan. Does anybody know?
I
think it was this one, that Wing Zero with the Archer.
Was it? I remember seeing that.
What was that one?
I've seen the Wing Zero Archer, and I think I've seen that Zaku in the hangar, but I haven't seen any of the rest of these.
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested in seeing some of these.
This is another trend that you see every year. But I think
since
that
unicorn.
Out of all of them that I've seen, this is the best one.
Yeah.
The way the wings are shaded is really cool.
Yeah, and just the overall kit bash in general, it doesn't just stay white and use the white colors. It actually uses unicorn parts on the horse part instead of just using Funisaki. The base is cool.
Yeah, I think this is definitely an original take on the whole Minotaur, half humanoid, half horse
Centaur.
motif. Centaur, sorry, mix up.
Oh, another thing is that this is actually master grade, which gets bonus points in my book as well.
Oh, definitely.
Because everybody that
this
does
is-
the high grade it's super easy to do.
Right. I think this gets points for me because it almost reminds me of what like a mini would kind of look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like wargaming miniatures and stuff like that. Especially with the wings and how they're spread out like that, the bow and arrow and the reared up stance and everything. It definitely gives off that kind of mini feel.
Is the face a crossbone faceplate?
The face, I don't remember what the face is from, but I really
Looks
like
like
the
it.
head a lot.
That looks like it's a crossbone faceplate, but that'd be such a big size difference from using a unicorn's head and the crossbone's faceplate. It would be way too small, I think. Or maybe it's just a scratch-built part. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Here's the second place.
I like these a lot too.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
It seems like
this is really cool.
there's at least one of these every year, like a big, mega size Zaku.
This
And they're
almost
always
reminds, right. This almost reminds me of that one from a year or two ago, where the Zaku was being lifted out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was last year's.
Was it last
That was-
year?
I really like that one, but I like this one a lot too.
Yeah,
I like
so do I.
the
You can
piping
see
and stuff looks
internal-
really good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I love the internal details there in the chest that you can basically see all the way back.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just. It's just not one single layer. I mean, you can actually see back there to the mechanics and everything, which I think is just really, really impressive.
Yeah, everything, all the small little details in there, right?
With that little cloth just sort of draped over the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the few times that I think I've ever seen those small chains used in a kit, and
Oh
liked
yeah.
it. I usually don't care for that at all. But
Right.
Mm,
At least they're used accurately.
yeah, right?
Yeah, because most people just kind of throw them on, and it's like, I got chains on my kit now. It's gonna show you how powerful he is.
It can
And then here's
walk better in the snow.
Okay, so this is interesting, but what the hell is it?
Yeah.
I see a couple mechs down in the front, but what is this big monster thing in the back?
Yeah, that's kind of throwing me off a little bit too.
It's one sort of, that's a goof,
Yeah, I was going to say.
2.0 goof, and then was that
That looks like a
Mark
Mark
II?
II arm.
Yeah.
They should have took a better picture of this.
Is that like a plane dropping them off or something, maybe?
It's like a
I think-
drone.
Yeah, just flying there. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think it's big enough to drop them off. It might be like a scout helicopter or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, it's got pieces from everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The whole
there's a
backpack
goof-
of the Sazabi.
Yeah. And there's a goof shield on the top. There's it looks like the little
That's the,
Destiny
I was
boomerang
gonna say the
steel
Destiny
back there.
boomerang.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
I don't know. Interesting. And Open B. This is awesome.
Yeah,
It's really
nice.
clean.
Yeah, really clean.
It's more traditional, I think.
This is
Yeah.
the kind of thing that I honestly wish we'd see more of this, because I just enjoyed this a lot more than just like the really messy, huge things.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Me too.
That's
And
just
you know
personal
what?
taste.
This reminds me of Shunegi's Master Grade New that won a couple years ago or last year, whenever it was. This is
Yeah,
kind of in
it
that
was
same vein.
Amazing.
It's nice and clean and details. The paint application is beautiful. The base is nice. It's just I really like it, and I don't like Zaku 1s or Zaku 2s or 3s for that matter all that much, but this one I really dig.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just because it's got navy blue on it, Tim.
Well, it can't hurt. It can't hurt, man.
I'm not really a big fan of how silver the weapons and hands and some parts are. A little bit too shiny for me compared to the rest of the kits. Seems too realistic.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
a
with
good
that.
point.
I think for a giant robot like that, I think even if the weapons are brand new, they wouldn't be shiny like that.
True.
Yeah.
Definitely cool.
Or
I
at
love
least you'd
that.
expect some sort of coating on it, you know?
I love that capping the spikes in the shoulder armor. Whenever
Yeah, you
Zaku
use
gets,
the builder's parts.
it's always
Use
a cool.
probably Kodo minus molds.
Right.
Mm.
And I like the take on the connection point on the other shoulder for the shield. That's a really cool detail up there.
Mm.
Yeah,
This
instead of leaving the
wrap
shoulder
part,
open.
Yeah, I like that.
that's just the regular part, isn't it? There's this thing.
This thing.
It looks like a bad guy from Double O.
Yeah.
With unicorn thrown in there.
Yeah, it's definitely unicorn parts. But if this showed up on like the last episode of Double O, I wouldn't be surprised.
Another
Yeah.
ribbons Gundam.
Yeah. It reminds me of something you'd see from Build Fighters.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know?
A boss battle.
Yeah.
Another kid that I think would have looked much better posed in just a static pose rather than like crouching down to do something. I can't really tell what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was on an action base, maybe it'd look better because it looks like it's like just firing those huge cannons, but
It looks like it
at the
can't
ground.
stand on its own.
Yeah. So I think victim of the pose and the photograph here a little bit.
Very true.
And then here's the third place. This is cool.
Wow. I like
Mountain
this.
Gundam.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the scale is a little bit odd.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the giant Gundam head and the Gundam standing next to it's kind of strange.
Well,
I
something
think
about
they're
the
trying to
bottom.
make it like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I know someone who's going to be working on a Mount Rushmore-esque project in the near future, but I'm not supposed to talk about it. Secretive.
Oh,
But
Well, good job,
We heard
Zach.
nothing.
really excited. Well, I'm not saying who it is or anything else more about it, but just that it's Mount Rushmore-esque project. Really looking forward to seeing how that comes out. But this reminds me of that.
Gotcha. Well, that should be cool. Yeah, but something I think down like near the bottom of this, with the water and the scale of the bulldozer and the truck and everything seems weird to me.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. With the
But
Gundam.
otherwise, I think it's a pretty damn cool concept.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's something I've never seen before anyway.
Exactly.
I just realized that the Gundam, that's supposed to be some sort of jackhammer.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
looks like it's kind of like carving it out.
Interesting. Here's Junior A. Interesting how the first two are very similar.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
they're
like
very
they're
similar.
twins.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe look at the names. I don't know too much about Taiwan names, but
Well, it looks like the paint application on both of them are a little bit different, so not sure if they're from the same person or what, but it's interesting. The gradation on the first one, on the Exia, is interesting. You can kind of see it on the knees. It may very well be metallic, and it just may be the picture, but
I think that's just the photo.
do you think
I
so?
think it's.
Yeah,
it's
I think it's just
yeah.
because you can see that this one, I mean, has the same kind of effect. It's just that it's just metallic. So that's why I think these two either must be like friends or brother and sister or something.
Could be.
Rivals.
Yeah, they're definitely done like with the same kind of in like the exact same way, basically. Just different colors. Just blue.
And then there's a bear guy.
Well, even look at the
You always
accent
have to have a bear guy.
See the like light gold accent color is like exactly the same.
It is pretty much the same color.
And then here's the bear guy.
Is that supposed to be like a Freddy?
Unfortunate that it got scratched there on the top of the head.
Oh,
looks like it's in a barbershop quartet.
It sort of does.
Is it like got like a sparkly face?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. And I think that's just the faceplate.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Interesting.
different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Junior B. So I guess this would be the winner for junior category.
That
Cool.
looks interesting.
Yeah.
I don't get what that other. I don't get what the other build burning's doing.
falling back, getting out of the way. Letting
Was
the man
that like from that scene that they did where he had multiple build burnings going after him?
That could be true too. The sort of after image thing used there.
Yeah.
Did I miss an episode of Build Fighters?
When he was facing the denial?
I don't remember that ever happening. I remember they fought, but I don't remember any after image nonsense.
I thought he had like multiple colors going on and
He might have.
Yeah.
I missed. I don't remember. It's been like what, a year and a half now.
Interestingly though, like look, the build burning at the top looks like the same kind of like light pastel color, like metallics, as the other two kits that we looked at.
Yeah.
Just a Gerbera Tetra, second place.
It's nice.
And then just nice big Nightingale here for third place.
Hmm.
Just nicely painted anyway.
Yeah.
And Malaysia is next.
All my favourites here.
There your bear guys play.
yeah,
A.
I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
doing the can.
Minus the orange peel on the blue one.
Yeah.
The orange peel on all of them, you mean?
Mm.
It's not as bad on the. Oh yeah, I guess except for the orange one.
Pink ones.
The orange one is probably the safest.
Probably.
But yeah, now that you mention it, it's pretty cool. I like the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the second place. Bolt. Metallic
Bolt of lightning.
painted lightning with some nub marks.
And no, they didn't paint the V-fin at all,
Mm-mm.
Is it?
or the hands. What?
No, the hands are painted in that same blue
no,
color
no.
that are.
That looks straight plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second place for a reason.
And then the third place.
An Axio with a sword.
It's an Exio.
With Bass, red frame sword, yeah.
This bar looks different.
That's just a regular just sword.
I
I don't know what's up with the action base.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
It's not an action base, it's a detail.
I was going to say it's a bit of detail.
that's the Junior A, then Junior B. This would be the winner then, I suppose, here.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
SD Madness.
There's so much going on.
There's a lot going
Malaysia
on.
really likes SD kits.
Mm.
That's all I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
So there's a Shinanju, there's a oh my god, I mean like what else is there?
Command,
So
Gundam,
much.
and
There's
There's
the
another
Neo
one.
Zeong,
Yeah.
Command, and then the Musha.
Yeah. The one in the front right, I'm not sure. It's a unicorn. It's
Like the night
Musha
unicorn or
whatever it's
something?
called. It's whatever the name of it is, the Musha style unicorn.
Yeah.
The one on the ground, what is that? Looks like a tiny SD sumo, but I know it's not.
That's hard to tell in the picture.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's interesting. There's a ton going on here, and to the modeler's credit, I mean, this kid's under 15 years old. I mean, that's a pretty tall
That's a-
accomplishment for a
Exactly.
under 15-year-old. It's
It's a big
respectable.
effort. Mm.
Yeah.
Second place.
Another good effort here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just
Wish we had another
Are
photo.
those Legos?
Yeah,
I
we
think those
definitely
are
another picture.
Legos.
Where? Where? I'm not seeing it.
I don't see it
Here are
either.
the Legos.
The wings are the Technic like blade wings. I used to build them.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Kind of look.
Interesting.
They had like these little blade wings with 2 little spokes on them. They used them for sides for a lot of things.
Just I have to go out and get some Legos now.
I'm guessing this head is like part of the arm,
Yeah.
like moving out towards the camera. I wish we had another photo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't tell if that's the
glare's
head
kinda
or if it's
getting-
a cannon. It kind of looks like he's leaning over, holding a cannon over his shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that is. It looks cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and third place.
You don't see
Nice.
these ever.
I love this kit.
Yeah.
It's definitely mixed though. Those legs are different.
Yeah.
Mm.
What legs
They
are
look a
those?
little bit small.
I don't know. Those are freedom legs, aren't they? And the feet are different. I think those feet
Yeah.
are the original feet, but the legs are freedom legs, aren't they?
Yeah. It looks like he skipped leg day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Those
I don't
are
know why
thin.
you wouldn't use the legs that this kit comes with. Maybe something happened to them.
Maybe. Or just try to be creative or something. But I mean, I kind of like it. Other than the legs, it's a different take on the 5. You know, it's and like what Justin said, you never see these,
Yeah.
especially in competition too.
I wonder if you looked back like 5-6 years back, if you saw them more
What do you mean when it first came out?
closer to that time. Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Mm. Interesting. Is this cannon on the back the cannon from the ball?
It looks like that, I think. I haven't built a ball yet.
It looks similar, but I'm not sure if the back part, if that's exactly right or not. Yeah, and here's some unicorn parts here. The unicorn grenade launcher and the parts of the fuel tank. I think that was it. Then after that's on to Open A. Open A. Winner.
Hmm.
The red
don't
looks way
mind.
too thick.
I don't know. I don't mind it. Obviously it's very feminine, but the color combinations and everything kind of work.
Yeah.
I just think the linings are just too heavy.
The it looks like it was a lot of parts were painted by hand and not thinned enough.
Hmm.
You can see like these
Mm.
red color apps here on the toes. You can see it's very clean.
Yeah, and especially on
Yeah.
the front skirt there too.
Yeah, the knees. So a lot of the paint doesn't really look all that nice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, Open A for a winner, or for a reason. Sorry.
Second place.
Ah.
That's what I would have put before.
I'm
though.
not feeling it.
Still
mess.
needs more Dakar. Never have
It is
too
Dakar.
much.
It's well painted, nice concept and that, but no.
Yeah.
And look,
This is
another
cool.
bear guy.
Yay, because we can't have enough. Better go.
So it looks like this head is supposed to be a helmet with the face part cut out. So I
Yeah.
want to see like if he's got what kind of head he has inside of there. You can't tell from the photos. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the concept. I think it's a very strong presentation.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool how he's made the cloth on the armor parts. To
Yeah,
make it
he,
look like a suit.
yeah, he definitely bulked that out, probably with some epoxy putty or something.
Mm.
That looks really good, at least from this picture. The weathering and everything looks fairly realistic, and obviously the one that's laying down inside of that kind of vessel is a bit of a different color too. So I personally like this the best out of all of them so far,
Yeah.
or
me
at
too.
least in this category,
Is it?
I should say.
Has it got an English title, that one?
Where is that picture? We were looking at that. And skip to that other one. Where is it?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there it is.
There it
It's
is.
the third place
Oh,
in
just Space
Open
Bears.
B.
Yeah.
So the name is Space Bears. Not the most creative name, but
Space Bears.
still looks really great. Like the weathering
Yeah.
on it too.
Hmm.
Looks really nice.
It's a very nice presentation.
Like Bear Guy meets Mac K, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then this would be the first place.
This
Cosmos
is my
Gundam.
absolute favourite.
Wow.
I love this kit. It's so well done.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's amazing.
It's a striking presentation because you don't see wings for lower extremities like legs and things like that. So it's definitely got an ethereal presence to it. So
I think it's very much inspired by Final Fantasy. I think this one.
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
I think that's probably why I like it so much.
I wonder about
Yeah.
this circle part on the weapon. That'd be a bitch to make by hand.
That looks like a brake pad from a car model.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
that must be from something else, because that'd be the nightmare to scratch build those
Yeah.
drilling out the detail parts.
I would almost guarantee that that's kind of a brake pad, or I should say rotor from a car model. Don't kill me, chat, please, for getting a part mixed up. Part Nazis.
Shame on you.
I know, right?
Second place. This one's really pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
And
It's,
the shield on the backpack is using that active armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. Looks well done in this case, anyway.
But why is he protecting a Zaku?
I'm guessing he's already shot it down, and then like
using his
took
weapon.
it out, and then something else happened.
Yeah, it's interesting, and that I guess is the story.
Yeah.
That draws you in. Because I want to know more about it.
The title is Nil,
or
whatever
no
that
title.
Not in love. There you go. So it's not protecting you. That's the hint. The water looks quite nice, though. The splash around the foot looks pretty natural.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice.
So that was. I think we skipped we skipped this one here. Why is it? I can't. Okay, apparently I can't see this prototype Garbera, because when I try to open it, it just opens this bear guy image.
It's probably the website.
But we can see it well enough here. It's a GPO4 with
a Kshatriya wing.
With a Kshatriya binder. Yeah, it's interesting. Next country, Italy. I think we only have just the 3 here.
Yeah, I don't think they have a junior.
So this
Hey, at least it's not a bootleg this year.
You know what, though? To the Italians' credit, that was not their fault. That was the judges, and that was purely on them. The Italians, they hated that fact, and it was just it was a mess. Gunpla 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The LEDs in this kit look really nice. And it's a shame that you can't see them that well in this photo.
Yeah.
It's good that it
I
shines.
really like that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an amalgam of several different rifles.
Yeah, part of the looks like the base of the rifle is actually the GM sniper rifle. You can see the bottom part here sticking out.
Oh yeah.
Cool, that's well spotted.
And then I think like the end, I guess you can see is kind of like this shape there. Maybe is kind of, I think the end of the GM sniper rifle looks like that. But anyway, yeah, it looks like other rifle parts like built around that.
And it looks like he's got a strike, an ale strike pack on the bottom there, on the back.
The booster pods of the.
Yeah, bits from that. Yeah.
Are those Sandrock shoulders?
I don't think so. Just.
Yeah. I think they're just scribed and plated a bit, maybe.
And yeah, I think cut up a bit more.
Uh,
The
Yeah.
backpack though is the backpack, aside from just the top part, looks a lot very modified there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I like the treatment that he gave to the funnels, because those in so many cases you don't see a ton of detail on, but these have just the right amount of detail, and I really like the treatment on them.
It looks like, I didn't really notice this at first, but it looks like essentially all he's really done for the funnels is just cut them in half and then cut them in half like short way and then cut them in half long way. Basically
Right,
cut
yeah,
them into 4 sections.
And now, is it just me, or is that an actual arm holding up the funnels? Do you see that?
Oh, that could be. Yeah.
Do you see it? I mean,
Yeah,
am I
upside down.
Oh yeah.
exactly? I just noticed that.
Yeah, just here.
Yeah, right there, and it looks like an arm.
Like with the shoulder armor as well, right there.
Yeah, exactly. Man, the
Definitely.
Italians are some creative folks. They're real artists, man. You got to give it to them.
Here's the second place.
That's nice.
That is really nice.
Here's a Romeo and Juliet story. The,
There you go.
what? Marseille? No, not Marseille.
Gyrodoga.
Gyrodoga, right?
Sudoku.
Gyrodoga and the delta there.
Really sharp detail.
Mm.
on
Yeah.
those.
The
I'm liking that,
scribing, yeah. Really fine scribing, The base is cool too. I like the mix. The ground part looks really nicely done and really realistic, and then the like metal structure part also looks really nicely realistic.
Mm.
Looks really good.
Good stuff.
And third place. I like that it's a Gunpla Academy here on the building.
Pretty decent panel lines. Looks like a lot of them are custom.
Mm.
This is like the case like I was talking about, that the ground is not enough detail on the ground, like in the actual diorama, to make it look that realistic. There's some, but it definitely needs to have more, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
The building looks a bit empty as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit sparse.
So, yeah, definitely good.
Yeah.
Japan? Okay, wait.
There's a lot of entries.
That was just showing all of the entries here. I don't know why it's not showing just the Japan ones. Okay, we might have to come back to that. Yeah, we all know the Japan winner of the open course is that Tall Geese.
Mm.
Yeah, and that thing's amazing.
Here's the South Korea
love
Open
that.
A.
Mm. Just love the
Is
colour
that a
choices.
7-Eleven custom?
Interesting color choices, yeah.
It's like Merry Christmas in South Korea.
It could be that.
Oh, I can't unsee that now. Wish you wouldn't say that. I really like that colour scheme.
Jingle bells.
Interesting. This is the Victory Gundam rifle, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. Without the barrel.
Very small compared to that kid.
Yeah.
Interesting that he
It's a
didn't want
shot-off shotgun.
to apparently or
Beam
something.
rifle.
Interesting. And B, this is just that. Well, no, what is that?
I don't know what that is.
That's a mix of a few different pieces, but that's the as Alpha Azeriu or something.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but it looks like it's a mix of different pieces to achieve that, though.
I'm guessing he used like the one was it 400 scale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it'd be huge.
Yeah, and then obviously there's parts from the Girozulu. No, sorry, the Rose
Rose
Zulu.
Zulu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rose Zulu. And then the shinanju, the crotch piece, is the backpack part of the shinanju.
Yeah, it looks like the back skirt is probably Sazabi or Ka.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's interesting.
Is that new supposed to have the? Is that new supposed to look like the Verka? That green in there?
I wonder if these smaller figures are not actual Gunpla, but just figures of some sort.
It's hard to say.
Like detailed up Assault Kingdom figures or something.
It could be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's very thin in the waist on the new. So
yeah.
No, I'm just saying painted. So.
Yeah.
It's like just comparing the size. Like these parts on the Alpha Zero are definitely from the Rose and Zulu, and those are 1/44 scale. So these look smaller than 1/44 scale.
Yeah.
I'm guessing those are figures of some sort, some kind of Gashapan or something maybe. And then, yeah. So this is what I was talking about with Zabi. We usually only just see some standing pose like this. It's not very dynamic.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a bear guy and a Sazabi Verka in your competition, it's not really a competition.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Here would be open.
Okay, this is the winner. I remember this being the finalist, and wow, it's simple. It's straight to the point. It doesn't look to be incredibly modified, but there's definitely some subtle modifications to it. But man, it's just clean. It's so crispy clean.
It's a gorgeous paint job as well.
Yeah, it's not the color of gold we usually see.
Yeah.
Definitely a much darker gold color than usual. That's really cool. The colors used on the inner frame, especially like here on the leg, you can see like the purple in the ankle.
Those accents are nice.
White color and the little red bits. Here's an example of how I don't understand using chains on the kid.
Yeah.
Does seem a bit superfluous.
Everything else though looks really nice, I think.
Chains just make it cooler.
I guess so.
What is that? Is that like a grave? What's that?
What? Yeah, I think it's a grave.
Like a headstone.
I think I saw this kit. There was a full photo set of this guy on Gundam Kits collection, I think, a few months ago, a while back, and you could see some work in progress photos and stuff too. The base looks a lot better now. The work in progress photos I saw, there was like only a couple of trees, and it looked way too scarce. It's much more filled out now. It looks a lot better.
Is that Requiem for Rambarora?
Yeah. I'll never forget you.
Much respect to Rumba.
This one I saw. Where?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think this was on display at one of the Gundam-based shops here in Korea when I was there a few months ago. Or somewhere. I saw this on display, not at the GBWC event.
It looks really impressive. The weathering and everything look, fairly tight.
Yeah.
Kind of gives me a Borderlands feel.
Yeah, definitely.
This one personally is my favorite of the three.
That contrast from Borderlands Clay is I'm feeling that too.
Yeah, it's cool to just see them like doing something other than like just fighting, shooting.
Yeah.
Or just flying. It's like doing something practical.
Absolutely.
Handling radioactive waste.
So interesting. Cool. I wonder if I don't remember offhand if there's a LED inside that radioactive container, but definitely would have been cool.
That'd be a nice time.
I wish there would have been, but I can't remember. Can't see in the photo. Here's the junior category. South Korea won the junior category last year, right? So this one is interesting. The spider webs on the trees I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. maybe some kind of insect infection going on there with the trees. This doesn't look fully painted either, just like weathered on the plastic.
Mm.
So that's supposed to be blood or rust on the legs.
I guess it's just
I'm guessing
just
rust.
dirt. Maybe.
Second place. Yeah.
That's not a very good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The Hono Freedom.
Yeah. It's definitely the angle of that shot is wrong.
You can hardly see anything.
And then here, third place. Kind of.
That's some good metallic work for a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting use of the RG stickers on there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this would be the winner for the junior category.
Wow.
Oh, that is beautiful.
For the junior category.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
That's
they
impressive.
allowed to win Open B?
No, unfortunately, they keep it 15 and under, restricted to juniors, or else some of these juniors would be placing pretty high in open categories.
I guess I'm the only one that's not a big fan of this kid.
Oh.
Mind you, I'm not really
The
a
whole
huge
weathering, and again, the whole concept of this guy's 15 or under that did it.
Yeah, that's kind of that's
Yeah,
where.
Impressive. But the pose looks a little odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kneeling down to pick up something, or if it looked more like crashed like this, I think I'd like it. But it doesn't look like it's crashed. It looks like it's kneeling down, but like it's very awkwardly kneeling down.
Like deactivated or something.
So yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, if it was just deactivated too, then. But
Booty Curianawan from the chat says it's picking up a penny.
I'm just seeing that
penny.
comment.
Yeah, he says, look, a penny. So points for that comment. Very good.
Here's this one. Another Strike Freedom.
All right.
That's way too plain.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Ajik.
And another bad picture.
Yeah.
And some pretty bad painting there.
It's very flat, very plain.
To be honest, not the most impressive collection from Korea for the juniors, considering that they won last year.
Yeah.
But the open
opens
beats,
look nice.
all three of those are really nice.
Yeah.
I think we just got maybe one or two more. Hong Kong.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
these guys always bring it. Hong Kong always comes with something really strong.
I'm not a fan of the legs. I think that's like the whole torso and head of the Gundam is underneath there.
Yeah, there's an entire Shinanju underneath. So basically, the concept is like the Nightingale is almost like a carrier, and then the Shinanju is the drop unit. And I'm not too keen on the concept. The execution, I think, is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only again, like I saw this when it came out. I wish I could see into that mirror so I could see the Shinanju better.
Yeah.
Like these pictures, you just see the legs, and it's just like, what's that supposed to be?
There was I saw there was some better photos somewhere, and that's what kind of made me not really like it. Like being able to see up underneath, it looks really derpy kind of underneath there. But like Tim said, like it's just if it is supposed to be like just dropping it off, and then obviously the Shinanju's, it's not doing anything. It's just kind of being transported or whatever, I guess. But
it'd be better if it was higher up, and then it showed it dropping off. If you know,
something like that. Yeah.
it'd be a better way to describe the concept of it.
But then probably it wouldn't fit in the size that they needed.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so the title is long distance support type, so yeah, I guess meant to just carry the mobile suit into wherever the battle is taking place, I guess, but yeah. I don't know. Interesting. This is really strange.
I
Chains.
I dig the
Really?
presentation.
Really
Yeah.
strange proportions.
Yeah.
This
It's-
has
it's-
that vibe from that scene in 300, where
Yeah.
the Persian emissary comes with the heads of defeated kings.
Yeah.
Ah.
That has that vibe to me. I mean, because look at you have a GM, you have a Quell, you have a Nemo. I can't tell what the bottom two are, but and you know, with the sword and everything, and how kind of grunty and just kind of battered the whole mobile suit looks. It just gives off that, you know, he's been through some stuff kind of feel. I dig it.
It's quite
it looks like-
it's quite Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mad
Like
Max
it's not part
mobile
of
suit.
an army. Like it's not part of like any actual like team or army or anything. This is like just some guy who's
Like a
like
junker.
yeah, pretty much. The scale proportions of how the huge shoulder and like the tiny head and the very minimal legs and then the arms are quite small too.
Hmm.
A lot of those proportions are very off-putting for me, but
Yeah.
I mean, if it's along with the story that like is just like scrapped together with just from whatever he can find that works, then you know it's not bad. But
Hmm. And there's another kit with a chain.
yeah, right. And another nightingale here.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind it. It's
Yeah.
it's a little bit odd. I mean, because it almost looks like it has like a Miss Azabi as kind of the upper torso. I could be wrong on that, you know, because the top looks a little dainty. Probably the normal shoulders or whatever. And then it looks like obviously the Nightingale parts and stuff, but it's not bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like a Mecha Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah.
Interesting use of some different parts there. The clear parts for like the wing bits. You can see like the back wings, which you can't really see very well. Looks like it's the same thing, like a clear. And then on the edges of the Nightingale binders has that clear bit.
That's quite nice actually.
It's kind of interesting. And then the Camphor's chain mine covering the funnel holes
How do you spot these things?
on the binder. It's just sticking out. It's just really recognizable parts. I don't know. Those are the top 3 for A category, and then this is the B winner. So this is the winner.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's pretty cool.
Yep.
I mean, it's got it looks like a Thunderbolt shield, and it's just the full armor, the paint treatment on it is just really, really nice. The white's not too blaringly white, it's very subtle, and I really dig it. That's nice.
The base is not very impressive, I gotta say. It's
So
like a
was he
photo
standing?
frame filled with clay.
Yeah, it's a bit plain. You know, that's a good question, Simon. I don't know. It looks like it looks like almost they're Gatlings there at the bottom.
Under the feet.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We got some extra space to put weapons. Let's put them on the feet. That's a good idea.
Yeah, there we go. More DACA.
More done.
Oh dear.
This is really cool.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's an after image look.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
definitely. And the base is pretty. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
pretty plain.
the idea and like the execution of just like the Gundam doing that, I think, is nicely done.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
That's pretty wild.
And third place.
Kind of plain. I mean, it's well done, but it's plain.
Yeah, exactly.
The base is not impressive at all. But
yeah, not much going on there.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta keep in mind that's just a sub high grade kit. It's like just a 1/100 or 144 like no grade. So what the modeler did with it was fairly impressive.
They have a C category.
I'm guessing that this is the junior course. But why it's C, I don't know. And I remember seeing this Arch kit, and I don't think that this was a junior. I didn't think this was a junior's kit.
What's it
on
got to do with unicorn?
Base. Yeah.
It's a C and D.
Okay.
These definitely look like junior kits, but
Yeah.
these ones don't really. I don't know. This one does. Anyway, this is the winner of this category.
That is crazy.
Interesting.
Like the Gyan shields as wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this kit. I don't understand why it's on a unicorn head display base, but I really like the look of the kit.
I like the paint effect.
Yeah.
Down there with the graduation.
The gradation, and then the masked effect for the parts on the chest as well.
Oh, yeah. It's got a very aircraft, almost Macross feel.
Yeah.
The decals are also really nice. They seem like nicely placed. So I really like that, but I am just partial to that kit because this is like one of my favorite designs from 00. And then this ball. Well, I guess we can now realize that the cannon on that GP05 or on that Gundam 05 was not from the ball because it definitely doesn't match that.
Yeah.
And this apparently the Gundam the ball destroyed this Gundam GM.
It's a shame.
Interesting. And then D, the crossbone riding a Funseki.
No.
Funseki.
That's not weird.
It's well
I like
done.
how the beam brands are activated on the back of the arm. It's interesting. Interesting base that's on there too. I think it looks like a cutting board.
Yeah.
Bamboo? I don't know. A black and gold. Interesting G-Self assault pack.
Yeah. Is that a gem in there?
Huh?
The head. I can't really. It's hard
It's
to
a
see.
G-Self head.
It's a G
Oh, it is. It's hard to. Okay, I see the other now.
Yeah.
All right, I see it.
Looks like he ran out of black paint on the base or something. Not well covered. And this one. Yeah.
Nice effect parts.
Pew pew.
Yeah, the effect parts are painted with a nice gradient there between the white and purple. Tim, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I think maybe Tim's mic cut out again.
No, it did, and I had to reboot, so I'm good.
This is weird for some reason.
From China.
But it keeps going into this. Let me see.
Somebody can't code their websites.
Okay, there we go. Stop it from loading. Here's open course. Yes, the China just has just one open course and one junior course. Let's see the junior course first.
Oh, that's a terrible picture.
Yeah.
Probably a good kid, but a terrible picture.
Avalanche
That
Exia.
shading.
It's interesting.
I don't know what's going on with this part here. This,
In the chest?
Yeah.
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 What is that?
It's kind of strange to me.
It's odd. And
It's
just
added detail.
a rifle. It's an odd mix of some of those parts there. Looks like maybe it was like a first attempt, or maybe one of the first times trying any sort of kit bashing, and like
Yeah.
it's not quite
It's
right,
got-
but
It's got the cheeky wings on the back.
Yeah.
These
That's
shoulder
interesting.
armor.
Crazy.
I'm guessing he had, what kit was that?
That's a GMC.
Yeah, some kit. I think it's the what is it? GM Cardigan has those parts left over. Those shoulder parts are included with the GM Cardigan, but they're just extra parts. So I'm guessing like those are just extra from there. And then
Do you
like
think this is a 144 or a 1/100 though? It looks like a 1/100.
I think it's a high grade, just based on the Justa's rifle. Yeah, it
I
has
don't know.
the seam line all the way down the middle. I've never built the Master Grade Justa, but wouldn't think the Master Grade Justa rifle has that seam line all the way down.
I think it does actually.
Okay, then I'm not sure.
I mean, I haven't built it in a couple months, so I think.
But then again, the leg looks like you can see some inner frame on the back of the leg, so maybe you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
What is with that sticker? It's just really annoying me.
Yeah, it's
I want
kind
to
of,
take it off.
maybe it's just like the contest, its number in the contest, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, but
He's
it's-
going to return that
Put
beast
it on straight.
tomorrow.
and the head of the GPO1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Odd mix of parts there, but and here's some. This goof is crying or something. Interesting. This is like a wetland marsh. Is a terrain we don't see that much.
Those birds are really confusing me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those don't belong.
It's just they just shouldn't be there.
Ooh, next to
Yeah.
these giant robots, we have these huge cartoony birds.
It would be fine if it just took them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like a
Definitely.
toxic waste dump at the bottom there. It's all green.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They're mutant chickens.
That's
Awesome.
too much imagination.
The open course winners are all really pretty amazing, I think.
God, that is crazy.
Yeah. What was that show? There's it reminds me of Justin would have probably known, but he's gone.
Samurai Jack.
It's like Shaman King. They had a little ghost that would pop out of their backs.
It reminds me of Blue Dragon.
That too.
It's not to my personal taste, but it's really interestingly done.
Yeah, it's well done. It's just
I don't think I'll get it, but I like it.
Yeah, it's incredibly creative. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, I'm not feeling the motif and everything.
It's not for everyone, but definitely a cool kit.
Yeah, it's a winner for a reason. The execution is great.
This one is awesome, but I think we're all probably a little bit biased to advance it.
yeah. Well, I don't. Eh.
It's a little plain, especially on the I guess the building or the interior or whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
And comparing this to the first place winner, I think the creativity on the first place winner was just head and shoulders above this one.
Mm.
I wonder about that Barzam, because there's no kit. Is that just the high grade Barzam? Looks like that. I don't know. I've never built a high grade Barzam though. Or did he?
I don't know.
Did he just kit bash the high grade Barzam and the real grade Mark II?
It's possible.
or use that
Yeah.
RG
Are you
conversion.
suggesting? Yeah, I was just about to say, you're suggesting the
But
conversion.
I'm sure it's not that, because it definitely doesn't look like that. The chest parts look different. The chest piece looks like it's from a high grade. But
It is
the
nice.
arms look like the RG Mark II arms.
Mm.
So I'm not sure. And the feet are definitely different. That would, I don't know about that. It's interesting. The other two are just kit bashed using the gigantic arms.
Hmm.
And then third place.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's pretty neat.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
Is
the
that
same
like
thing
a,
like
is
here
that
on
a
the
boat?
a boat in the foreground, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame that the picture isn't just a little bit farther out. We can see
Yeah.
the whole thing. But like here on like the shoulder with the panel open and the arm with the panel open, it's like you were saying with the one before, Tim. It's cool. You can see like pretty deep in there a lot of the mechanics.
Yeah.
It's very three-dimensional. It's cool.
I personally like this one better than the second place winner.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely really cool.
It's definitely got like a sea salt weathered look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're salvaging parts from it, you know?
Yeah.
And then this last one is also having problems here. Australia. Here's Open Course A, another Sasabi with the random flame effect parts on the ground.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's a Sazabi.
This is
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
It's like a mix of doing a action pose with the funnels and then doing the carrying its gun to work pose.
Yeah, but the gun has that nasty seam line down the middle.
Oh yeah.
And then this piece, you can see behind the shield is this like flat piece of metal or something. You see that?
Yeah.
That's odd. I'm guessing that's just there just to hold up the shield, sort of.
It looks a bit out of place.
Yeah. It's odd.
Then here's the second place.
Ooh,
Doesn't
Christmas
look
tree.
More Christmas colors.
You got Christmas on the brain, Tim.
Hey, man, you know, we got, what, a few weeks to Christmas?
It's only
2
like 2
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
Third place.
Yeah, so
It's a
that,
burning.
yeah. It's disposed of armor.
Open A. Open B. We know it. We love it.
Yes.
It's
It
amazing.
actually gives me hope. I said this earlier. Like, I've gone more to straight building, but this gives me hope for me because there's like no paint, barely any paint involved, and if he can do it, I can do it.
Tim.
Yeah, so this is Josh Dara, and for those that don't know him, check him out on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, he's a fabulous artist, and obviously, by the looks of it, a wonderful modeler too. The thing to keep in mind about this particular model is that the red armor is not painted. It's just panel lined, and that is so impressive. This guy basically took chisels to this thing and just whittled away at the armor, reshaped them, and panel lines, you know, all over the place. And the detail is just so precise. It's so clean. But the fact that it's not painted, I worry how that's going to look at Japanese judges. You know,
Yeah, good point.
I don't know honestly if that's going to stand up to some of these other very, very well painted kits, which is a shame because the things that Josh did to this kit are just so impressive. I mean, it's just so striking, but I don't know how that's going to play in Japanese judges' eyes. That's what got me worried.
No offense to him, I don't think he's gonna win. But again, like for me and like the people that just snap build, this gives people hope on you can do it.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
it's cool how like the interesting anyway how the white parts, the extensions are just the white plot plate, except like on the knee, like the edges of the shoulder armor, just where he extended with plot plate, it's just white detail there. So like it's just the plot plate.
Yeah, and
really cool.
the thing to keep in mind also too is you can't see it in this picture because it's again a bad picture. He installed LEDs in this thing as well, which is really a cool effect. And
you kind of see it on the shield.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're right. You can see that blue kind of highlight there on the shield. But just of note, guys, if you're watching this, Josh has agreed to be on our show next month and tell us all about his style and his experience at GBWC in Japan. So look forward to that next month. Josh Dara will be our guest next month, so that should be fun.
Sweet.
Yes.
Very looking forward to that.
And I'm collaborating with him to make some T-shirts of his artwork.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That'll be cool. Here's the second place. That's not bad.
I like that.
The orange really glows pretty well.
Makes it look like it's on fire.
Yeah.
I think the LED and the base shining up underneath to make these, like the underside of the wings, glow nicely.
It's just really nice paintwork. Really nice.
Yeah, the gradation on this is very nice.
So, then third place.
That's a crazy looking thing.
That's awesome.
Trying to figure out which way I'm supposed to be looking at it. Like, is it supposed to be a crab, or is it supposed to be...
No, but isn't that like what is that called from the first, from the original Gundam? ZakuAurelius, yeah. It's so ugly, and it's so stupid, and it's so not plausible, but there's something about it that just makes it, so annoyingly lovable.
It's like the big Zan.
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous, but you love it.
ZakuAurelius made of just kit-bashed parts.
Yeah.
That is Zaku on its back?
Yeah, the little Zaku head worker bee thing, yeah.
That is weird.
I love it, man. I love it.
It's like a little R2D2 unit on the back of it.
Yeah.
It's like the back of like the 1/550 scale Dendrobium. Like the boosters from the Mac knife. The blades from the Razor Exia, the Razor Exia parts. Or Age 1 Razor parts.
Yeah.
Anyway, a bunch of those interestingly used parts on there to create that. And what was this? Junior Category A only has one winner, apparently. Some bear guys camping.
Ah.
And then Junior Category B.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Yes, whether to...
Have you noticed a lot of the dioramas are in third place, or is that just me?
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that either.
Like a lot of the ground dioramas are in third place.
Yes, yeah, this one's third place.
And
this one's third place. I guess it's a good point. I noticed that. This one, it's first place, kind of. It's not ground space, kind of, but some of them, yeah. Okay. So the other ones left are the Japan ones. I can't see closer up. I don't know. I think we know. We're not only almost out of time, but we know what the Japan ones are, right? So.
Yeah.
If we have to go long, we'll go long. Screw it.
Yeah. Who cares about the Japanese, whatever, they'll probably just win anyway.
I don't know, man. The Japanese, that tall geese is way impressive. but I do think it's got
I actually
competition this year.
I still really think that the Em Young's gonna win because it's just so unique compared to the rest, and like from year to year to year, you've never ever seen that. You've seen the others, like you've seen the great seamless kit bashes, you've seen the clusters, you've seen the great paintwork, but you've never seen a great diorama story.
Yeah.
So with such great work, so that's why I am gonna say that he's probably gonna win, or at least place.
So what do we think in terms of predictions? 1, 2, and 3.
I actually think he's gonna be. I want to say he's one, but I'm kind of biased since he's my admin. But I honestly I was like, he has the whole gallery, and if you look at each little aspect of it, it's like a perfect story, and like all the different techniques. Like I said, he uses the marble, the wood, the paint, the stamp work. He uses just all of the different techniques he uses. You rarely see. So I think he will win, and then K-Dashes is kind of growing on me after you've made those points about the seamless kit bashing, and I'll just throw Japan in there because it's Japan. But
what do you think? What's your 1, 2, and 3, buddy?
Me? I think, I mean, because I'm also just trying to consider what I think, not what I think are the best, but just what I think the judges will pick. So like not even like my favorite, but just from past GBWCs and what I think might probably win. I don't think either of the Nightingales will probably not win from Singapore or Hong Kong. The Hyakushiki from South Korea, I think, is probably not going to win either. I don't know. I think Kevin's from North America has a really good chance, actually. It seems like it's something that would be very much liked by the judges, just because the quality is so good, the idea is very interesting, and just the execution is just the construction of everything is so well done. Both that and the Tallgeese kind of have both the same kind of thing going for them. I think Kevin's is much more creative than the Tallgeese, but they both kind of have this similar kind of effect, basically. Just like a lot of stuff thrown on there and like really nicely built. But I don't know. I think China's, while cool, is maybe not going to win, just because although it's really nicely painted and nicely constructed, the one thing it doesn't have is like a lot of like the really fine details and stuff. Like a lot of really small, little, clean, crisp details that the other two have.
So what do you think is your 1, 2, 3, Zach?
I will say either Japan, North America, or maybe Thailand as well.
Okay.
Just as the wild card. It's so unique that I wonder if it's too unique that the judges won't pick it. But I hope they do. Yeah.
Cool. Simon, what do you think, buddy?
Pretty much the same as what Zach thinks, actually. Yeah, I think North America has a really good chance this year. There is one kit that I really like though that I wanted to talk about, called the have you heard of the Tropical Ninja Gyms Spartans?
Yeah.
It's a Japanese entry, and there was one kit that I picked out because it is absolutely fantastically detailed. I don't think it's in the running to win though, but yeah, pretty much my top 3 is the same as Zach's, I think. Although I'm not quite sure about third.
Right.
I would like the Malaysian entry to win, but that's just me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, for my 1, 2, 3, for third place, I'd have to go Kevin Zhang from North America. It's a really strong entry. His work is so clean. The creativity is really amazing. So I think that goes for third place. Second place, me personally, I would give it to the Japanese entry, the Tall Geese. Again, creativity, eye to the details, and just level of the modifications and the cleanliness of the modifications, I think are really outstanding. So I think the Tall Geese get second. Me, the overall grand champion, I agree with Clay, man. Wen's entry is just something that I don't think that we have seen in competition before. You know, I just don't. I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really cool. And the detail on it and the artistic treatment of the whole thing, I think, is just really quite good. And I think that's what really is going to give it, the edge over all the others. So that's my 1, 2, 3.
Cool.
I'm just noticing we forgot to talk about the open categories for the Philippines.
Oh, did we?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you want to just do them quickly, here's the Open A winner. Phoenix in a
terrible picture again.
Kubele with chains.
Chains.
And a couple of first grade.
They're hip hop artists. It's a hip hop artist.
What? 2 chains?
Get them gold chains.
Mr. T.
Nice.
There you go.
These 2 first grade Exia kits, or these 2 first grade Double Riser kits, like bowing to it with Kubele heads on them.
Hollow parts.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is pretty cool.
That is really colourful.
Yeah, it reminds me of a box full of Legos.
Yeah.
But interesting. I'm into it. And then that was, well, for some reason it did the same thing where this one is opening the wrong picture.
Yeah.
Alright. Open
Gotta
B.
love it.
This is the winner for the Philippines.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We saw these pictures, right? That
Yeah.
It's like a stray Barbatos kind of.
Yeah.
Camphor shoulder armor.
Now, if I remember correctly, this is and I'm gonna butcher the name, but Mecha Medeligalo or something on Facebook. And remember, he was the one that was had the book coming out, but then his publisher screwed him over.
Really?
Yeah, and so the book ended up not coming out. But great modeler. From what I remember, and I may be wrong, but that is not a true Barbatos. That is a conversion of a red frame to a Barbatos. So that is cool. And then all the rest of the effects and everything, really, really well executed.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that Converge a stray thing.
Yeah.
Barbatos.
Because it almost looks like camphor shoulders.
Yeah, it's camphor shoulders on a stray red frame, and then like there's a few parts added.
Yeah.
Like, he scratch built a few parts like the V fin and I think maybe a couple other parts on the head.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I like his Barbatos better than the regular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a high grade Wing Zero inside a perfect grade. Or no. Is it? The perfect grade's wings don't separate like that though, but it just looks modified.
Looks very strange.
I think it's just modified.
Is it a figure inside of a? Is it a figure inside of a master grade maybe?
I think it is the perfect grade because even on the rifle here, you can see at the end of the rifle, that's like a tall geese back skirt, and that would be a master grade part, which is you can see it's quite small compared to the rest of this. I'm pretty sure that's the perfect grade, and then it's a high grade inside or the real grade inside.
So it's like a turducken.
Yeah. And then here on the sides of the rifle, those are the ECAP racks.
Oh yeah, from the master grade wing Burka. Yeah.
So
that's
I guess
got to be a perfect grade.
Yeah, he just modified it. Even on the legs, you can see there's some modifications there too. So
it's kind of interesting.
And then the third place was this one we already saw. So anyway, sorry to the Philippines that we skipped that before.
We still love you, Philippines.
We're over 2 hours now. We still haven't talked about the other two things we were meant to talk about.
That's all good. You guys want to go long, or you want to finish it up?
I need to get to my baby, so
okay.
I shouldn't go long. But maybe we'll just keep our featured artists maybe until the next time.
Yeah. Let's kind of wrap it up then.
Yeah.
Let's do plugs and everything, guys. Awesome conversation, wonderful show. I think the GBWC is definitely going to be cool this year, and we've got a lot of cool models to look forward to. So with that being said, let's go around the room. Let's give some plugs. Let's start with Zach.
Yes, I'm ZakuAurelius. And I have to say that for my store, my Store Envy store, there's going to be from now until the end of December, you can use the coupon code just Zaku, Z-A-K-U, and there'll be 20% off on everything in the store there. So if you wanted to get any of the shirts or other stuff there on the store, you can get that for 20% off. And I'll post that online now, but I want to just say it here first. Anyway, so Zaku there, and otherwise, yeah, just that's it. Me everywhere else.
Cool. Get your Netflix and chill, or your shit. Never mind, I just ruined the joke. Get your Gunpla and chill shirts. Damn it.
It's silly things like that. Like when it's a meme, it's funny at first, and the comedy of that's probably gonna die off pretty soon. But it was funny enough.
It's a novelty.
Yeah, it's novelty enough. We'll put it up on there. I thought it was funny.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Well, thank you, Zach. I appreciate your help on that, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So, Simon, what do you got for us, man? Plug us some stuff.
Sure. Very quickly, it's just GundamUK.com for my blog, and Gundam UK here on YouTube and on Facebook. There you go.
Cool. And if you want to read some really good articles, some very well thought out, very well articulated articles, check out Gundam UK. Seriously, Simon has just some really cool thoughts on a lot of different subjects, so check it out. It's a must read. So
very opinionated as well.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Opinions are good. Opinions are good. Excellent. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Clay, let us know about what's going on.
All right, so IAG has a big announcement. Every year we have a contest. It's around May, the entry date, but we usually tell the theme in January. But since I'm here, I'm gonna do it early. It's in Rest We Trust. So basically, weather it up, make it look nice. We actually have two of the panelists here. Well, one's not here. I guess Zach and Jim are going to be our guest judges. So make sure you get those in. And also, we have shirts at Child of Mecha's Store Envy that helps supply the prizes. So buy the shirts, we get better prizes.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry?
I just want to say, if you want to clear up for anyone who doesn't know what IGA,
it's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam. Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's
on Facebook. 6 A's. Make sure there's 6. You'll find it.
I'll put links to that. If anyone's not watching this live, if you're watching it later, I'll put links to that stuff in this video's information, so you can check it out later.
Cool. Well, two guys that couldn't be here right now. Justin had to check out early. His lady was not feeling well, his lady was not feeling well, so he had to go and take care of her. So he had to cut out early. So big shouts out to Justin and Justinius Builds. Check out his Facebook page. Also his team, Team Helios. Check out the Facebook page, the Instagram account, all that good stuff. Some really good modelers on there. And also our boy Jim from Gunpla Fixation. He got a change in work, and he can't unfortunately be on the show too much anymore. So, Jimmy, I know you're in the chat. We're thinking of you, buddy. Thank you for everything that you do and all the work that you've helped us put in to, especially this show with the presentation and everything. Big shouts out to Jim. So next month, don't forget, Josh Dara will be our special guest. And we'll hear about his unique way of building and his views on the hobby and everything, and also his experiences on GBWC. So tune in next month for that. As for me, I'm Tim, childofmecha.com, Child of Mecha on Facebook and Instagram, and also, like Clay had said, childofmecha.storeenvy.com is my t-shirt shop. So get your IAG shirts on there. It goes to a really, really good cause, and also got some cool swag on there too. So keep an eye out for the Child of Mecha Black Label items that I debuted on Cyber Monday. Those are some cool shirts, and a lot of you picked some of those up. So I'm hoping to see some of those in the wild. So send me pictures if you got them, and when you get your stuff. I want to see them. But for that, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Gunpla Talk. It has been our absolute pleasure to bring it to you, and we look forward to having you all tune in next month. Adios, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye. All right.